Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another manga review. This is going to be on the Boxer Volume 6. It's amazing that I'm this far with the story. It is a really good series, and unfortunately, it's not getting that much love online. So, if you haven't heard of this series, it is an amazing series. I know some of you guys, they're probably in the comment section or beyond that, you know, if you're just watching it, you probably have heard of it, but to increase popularity on this series, we need a comment, like, and share on the video. Not just this one, but the other stuff on this series. Forget about my channel. This series is actually a good series, and I'm not really lying to you guys. They're series that I'll review 2-3 volumes, and then I just drop them. I'll maybe read them on my own to finish it off, because you get that itch of what happened. But there's series like this one that's worthwhile reviewing up to this point. I already have volume 7, I believe, in the line or lined up somewhere. I think it's in my office, but I do have volume 7 ready to be read as well. So I'm excited to see what happens after this point, because the next fighter that he's gonna fight is actually pretty dangerous dude. Also, this was brought to you by Easy Press. Easy Press is through yempress.com. They release most of the Korean or webtoon versions. These are full color, so it is a little bit pricier. Go online to yempress.com. You guys can find cheaper deals through their links, so make sure you check them out. There's also a link in the description below you guys can use. I do appreciate all the love and support that you have been showing my channel. Continue checking out the different venues of entertainment that I've been reviewing here, guys. Anime, mangas, all that. So I do appreciate all the love and support. So okay, so we are following the story of Yu, which doesn't really come out in this cover, but Yu is K's, which is the boxer instructor who's here. That's K. Yu right there. He is an intense fighter, right? He has a record. Midway in this volume, he gets up to 4 belts on him. Like he's knocking down heavyweight, lightweight, no matter what, without even getting punched. Now, the volume starts off with him still fighting Yuta, and Yuta is another character who kind of we've been following through. He has a pretty deep, dark story that we saw mainly in volume 5 and I think volume 1 or 2, where essentially lost his parents. He's being raised by one of his parents' best friends who was in love with his father. You know, there's a little drama there, but essentially she is now fearing that she did wrong in doing so, because one, he doesn't have natural talent. He's basing it off all pure on practice, and this guy, champion, he is a champion, but purely on practice. And this fight, although for her it becomes like a decision that he should not fight anymore, because he breaks his jaw, like he breaks a few bones. He's very hurt. Yuta learns to really what it really meant to him to keep on getting up, because in his career he had to learn that the hard way, but this match really put him in that position of it gets to a point where he's losing himself in the match, and eventually he finds that one thing that he's been striving for, his coach has been striving for, and that is that he finds freedom in the match. He's able to find his natural talent, and yeah, his coach even says he's gonna skyrocket on his power if he just continues this way. Unfortunately, he loses the fight again, broken jaw. Yu realizes that this guy can get very dangerous, because he's improving as the fight goes instead of getting worse. So Yu basically starts punching him and leaves him in a bad condition. Although he still has a good conclusion with the little boy that we see in the previous volume that's sick. he finally meets him in the hospital and they have a little cute encounter. I will say in that part, I did tear up just because, again, I've lost my father recently. Not so recently anymore, but it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years now, but still, it's fresh enough where that scene just, gosh. So there's the new boxer who is this guy. He is another champion. He's kind of a manipulator. He's reached his he's reached up where he is, not just through boxing, but really mental games. And we learn how far he can go in this volume. Just through you learning with the assistant. So the assistant becomes his assistant, and purely she's like, you can't eat unless I cook it, you can't walk out unless I'm with you, so on and so forth. And yeah, like there's a lot of attempts to try to get him. There is one guard who infiltrates the guards as well. A lot of this stuff is just kind of seen in the background. There's a homeless guy who tries to throw poison or something at him, but fails as well. Like there's a lot of attempts to use well-being, but this guy goes beyond that. And the boxer he fought before you, he dated the boxer's daughter and like left her in shreds, then broke up with her right before the fight. And then while they were fighting, he kept saying, I can get back with her and make her a good wife if you just if you want, and you just have to give up I just have to give up the fight, and that'll happen. And like he's playing mind games with him, way beyond just boxing. He also paid off the referee so that he's able to do headbutts and anything he wants. So basically anything goes. It becomes a UFC essentially match at that point. So he is definitely a cheater. And his brother, who's his coach, is all in it. So the last few chapters of the volume, the assistant decides to take you out on a date, thinking that she's gonna bring something out of him beyond of who he is. And they really do have a good date. I don't know exactly if it goes like beyond the fact that he has feelings for her, but the coach finds out of the date, Coach K, and he gets mad at the assistants like, hey, I'm not paying you to date him. I'm not paying you to get personal. You're supposed to protect him. So he fires her, and the volume ends with her being kidnapped by, you guessed it, yes, his people. So we're gonna see how far this guy takes it and how much you will care for her or not. It really is gonna show off. Now she does say it like 3 times in the volume. She tells you, if something ever happens to me, don't run and get me. Like I can protect myself if I have to. But she's dealing with dangerous people, let's be honest. So we'll just have to see what happens. For now, I'm excited to see what happens in the next volume. Luckily, I have it, so I can read it. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. I'm going to add this to my collection. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. Oh, check out yumpress.com. Give them some love. See you guys.